the Pallof press. This is going to be a wonderful movement to test your ability to resist rotation and then build strength in that static position. So, like oblique twists and X-ups where we're building rotational strength, but through contraction, this is the opposite. We're building rotational strength, but through being static. Right? Strength through silence. Right? Okay, so what's gonna end up happening is we're gonna mount a band somewhere on a rig or a wall, something that's sturdy, right? Make sure it's not gonna snap or come out of the wall. Then you're gonna pull the band and you're gonna hold it heart center. I like to think like a yoga position, like a prayer, right? And then what's gonna end up happening, you're gonna be perpendicular to the band. Then from there, you wanna make sure you're in a pseudo squat stance, just like an inch or two. Your hip will be slightly back and your lats are pulled down. So coach is doing a really good job. A lot of times what ends up happening is people end up like leaning away, shoulders are off, right? We end up being helter-skelter. So try to be as static and as even as possible. Coach is doing a wonderful job. Then from there, we're gonna extend out, and at the full lockout, and this is the important, the elbows need to lock out. We have to make sure we feel this band tension to be strong enough to where we feel the inside oblique. So the oblique that has the band closest to it should start to fire. And we should be like, whoa, what is happening? And we're gonna pull it back in. Now here's the thing. If you never get that lockout of the elbow, go for it, coach, and you just get like pause. Right there even for a lot of people, you never feel this oblique fire up all the way. So you gotta make sure you get that definitive lockout. Now, from there, we wanna make sure we're controlled, right? It's just not this we wanna make sure we're tight, we're organized, like so many of the items that we do here, and we are just, getting the lockout. A nice thing that I do for clients when I'm in person with them is I put my hand out, and then their job is to touch the target every time with their hand. Now, you have to ask yourself sometimes, if you have a target in front of yourself, am I doing this? Right? You don't get the elbow lockout and you just lean forward, or am I actually using my elbows to get there? Now, the try hard tip would to be go ahead and find a heavier band to make it a little bit more intense in terms of resistance. You could also step further out, right? So there's a lot of different ways you can do this. The biggest thing is you're gonna do it on one side and then you're gonna rotate, face the other way to do the opposite side. I always like to try to look at where my outside foot is on the ground, find a waypoint where it is. So when I rotate, I can try to put my foot on the same exact spot, so I'm getting the like kind resistance so that I can be like, ooh, okay, yeah, left oblique is maybe a little light, not as strong as the right, or vice versa, or you're just making sure you're training even. Guys, there you go. There's your durability and try hard tips for the Pallof press.